Hi, everyone. I'm Michael Cudahy, the Codes, Regulation, and Sustainability Person for PPFA. Very happy to present our industry to the Vinyl Sustainability Council at the Recycling Summit. I act to represent the plastic pipe and fittings products used typically within buildings and subject to the building codes. And I carry out mostly committee work at organizations such as ICC, IAPMO, ASHRAE, USGBC, GBI, and elsewhere as needed. My background is in polymer chemistry. PPFA represents plastic building pipe and fittings manufacturers, but also the associated industry. This includes resin, machinery, and ingredient suppliers. We involve ourselves in managing codes, green building, and sustainability issues. We are the voice for the sustainable manufacture and use of plastic piping systems. Plastic piping is a major long-term sink for PVC and other plastic resins, using nearly half of the PVC in the U.S. PVC as a material is perfectly suited to this application. It allows for a precise extruded rigid pipe with quality solvent welded joints with numerous advantageous properties. With continuing interest in recycling and growing interest in the circular economy, it is certainly worth exploring for our industry. There are both issues and solutions. Unlike the 1-gallon water container in this photo, plastic pipe is as durable as the building itself, and more durable and better suited than metallic alternatives. PVC pipe is probably the best use of the material as far as purity, stiffness, resistance to corrosion, little buildup that would increase pumping energy, durability, cost. It is just an ideal material solution for piping. But how do you recycle something that is still in use underneath an occupied building? PVC piping compositions also have a relatively rich, consistent, and simple thermoplastic formulation, as the product must perform under literal pressure for decades, and much of it is utilized to convey high-purity drinking water. As such, it is a highly regulated and certified PVC product with only a few well-understood ingredients and not much variability. This leads to a simple thermoplastic recyclable material consisting of mostly resin and some simple fillers approaching 98% in the pressure pipe. This is nearly all resin with some calcium carbonate, waxes, heat stabilizers, and titanium dioxide. Calcium carbonate usage is lowest in pressure pipe formulations and generally highest in conduit type piping. In-house recycling of thermoplastic piping is a normal and significant part of our operations. During startup of extrusion and injection machines, some product is purged and off-spec materials are scrapped. Here's an example of a bin of something that went wrong during extrusion, and 100% of it will be recycled. Only burned or contaminated product needs any disposal. For fittings, of course, the sprues are completely recycled. Any scrap production material is typically ground to a reasonable particle size and then bled back into the process, which is permitted by the existing standards and certifying agencies. Outside materials, however, and scrap are generally not utilized. Why? Well, this is copper scrap, isn't it? People are often so excited about copper recycling, it is not unusual for it to be illegally collected from buildings that are still using it. Plastic piping is generally not stolen, and since it's still in use, you don't see much post-scrap. Installation scrap is also rare because you can always utilize a short segment of a pipe. For DWV, for example, the fittings are a surprisingly high 20% by weight because turns and connections are so frequent in order to achieve the geometries needed. So even the short pieces have a job site use. But there have also been significant historical failures of products using recycled material. Here in ABS piping back in the 1980s, which has limited recycling of post-consumer materials in today's pipe. The plumbing market has a long memory, and defective product in our industry, pipe or fitting, has the potential to do millions of dollars in damages quite readily. To address this valid concern, consensus standards are the way to go. ASTM F1760 is a standard for PVC pipe containing recycled content, including post-consumer. It is a co-extruded 3-layer product. ASTM F1732 is another standard. These standards set the requirements to produce consistent quality products suitable for the applications. The European market also has similar co-extruded PVC piping materials. Generally speaking, the inner and outer layers of the pipe are virgin, and the inside layer contains the recycled materials. The European product is slightly a granular cellular core, and the ASTM product a solid wall co-extruded pipe. If the scrap used is a good quality siding or window extrusion material, the F1760 pipe can even have improved qualities over the usual pipe compound. The post-consumer recycled material may comprise up to a maximum of 60% by weight of the center layer. As more experience is gained with process and materials, this standard may be amended to increase that percentage. Another interesting aspect is cellular pipe. You get a product suitable for non-pressure applications and environmentally has impacts similar to a solid wall pipe with 50% recycled content. So this means you can have a more environmental choice via design. We asked our members for a recycling update, but didn't get too much new information on recycling. We had feedback from the following 7 companies. Not surprisingly, there was concern over potential field failures if scrap is used. These are from past lessons. About 5% of annual production is recycled at one plant due to line startup issues, production scrap, and shutdowns. But in-house recycling rates for those materials are 98% plus, and almost all is reused within house. One facility reported acquiring over 10 million pounds of external recycled material per year. Returns from the job site are recycled at one plant, but it is only a very small quantity of cut-off material. In summary, in-house pre-consumer use is a standard practice in the piping and fittings industry. But we do have historical issues with post-consumer materials causing significant issues. Specific standards are developed and utilized for controlling recycled content, typically in non-potable, non-pressure pipe, drain, waste vent, and conduit pipe. Most PVC piping product is still in use. Other PVC market materials such as profiles, windows, and siding may be better off to utilize scrap pipe than the reverse. Old pipe scrap, both PVC and CPVC, might be a good source someday for other profile markets. Thanks to the VSC for asking us to present today. Come visit us at ppfahome.org. Thank you.